Warren, another question. What are the biggest misconceptions about smart homes and what is expected in a smart home?
Okay, so obviously we engage with a lot of people who've got no idea what this whole smart home concept is. And some of the common things that keep coming up are, a smart home system is going to be complex. Well, no, that defeats the whole object of what a smart home is, right? When you get a professional involved who's got years of experience behind them and a better understanding of what the whole solution is, the intention of a smart home is to be easy to use, right? That's the point. Convenient, comfortable, and easy.
When you say professional, you're talking about the people that actually install in the home.
That's exactly right, right?
So it's easy buying stuff off Amazon, but it's actually how you integrate it, and you basically need somebody who actually knows what they're doing.
So that's exactly it. Some of the biggest misconceptions come from this DIY automation side of things. And while there's some very clever people out there building smart homes for themselves, the reality is a vast majority of people have got no clue about the technology that's going on. And with a poorly designed system, talking just buying bits and pieces over the internet, you very quickly or very easily get into the I'm making it more difficult for myself, right? So the point is, deal with the professional. Somebody who's got the ability to understand the needs and requirements of the family, the benefits of the technology, and they can bring the solution together to make it easy to use. And that's
so you can still buy your things, but the average home to a smart home is actually having the right integration between the different systems that you're using to actually make everything streamlined.
Well, it's not about the products individually, right? It's not about an Alexa voice assistant or a smart locking system or a camera system, etc. It's about the integration of all of them.
In other words, how they all talk,
how they work together. Exactly right. Now, buying products online, or you're buying smart products, cool, no problem. You're not buying a smart home. You're not buying the programming, the back-end software, and bringing these devices together, orchestrating them to work together. I gave the example of when my alarm system triggered, right? Very few smart homes, if not done by a professional, are going to have the lights, the audio-video systems, the camera systems, the alarm system, all working together. And that's the point.
But give us another misconception.
Okay, so major misconception that I often get, and I love this one. What happens if there's no power in the house? What's going to happen? Well, I mean, and I say it as a bit of a joke, but if there's no power in the house, you don't have lights. It doesn't matter whether it was a smart system or a conventional lighting system. No power means no lights, right? If I have no power, am I locked outside of my house? No, that's a terrible misconception, right? Any well-designed system or smart product should have some level of redundancy built in, right? So let's take my smart lock as an example. The smart lock is battery operated. Why? Because if Eskom here in South Africa drops us with the power, I'm not going to get locked outside of my house. The batteries are always there. Being battery operated, also what happens if the batteries start running low? Well, it's a smart product integrated into a smart home. So first of all, the lock will alert me if the battery is becoming low. And because it integrates to my control system, I get notifications on my phone. When the batteries get critically low, if I haven't changed them at that point, I start to then incorporate lights flashing or announcements playing. So I get an audible and a visual indication, oh yeah, I've got to change those batteries before I do maybe get locked outside my house. Even then, if I'm away on an extended holiday, for example, and I completely forgot and I don't manage to get those lights sorted, well then even then I have a backup means, a manual, a key, like a normal lock. So the point is, I'm never locked outside of my home, right? I'm always in control of the home, and when everything is up and running and convenient and working, when the power is on, so to speak, then the home works to the best advantage. If something goes wrong, if a battery dies or whatever the case is, you should always have a means of controlling that device or area of the home, right? It's about redundancy. And again, that's another major point. That's why you get professionals involved, because they've played this game before, right? They've seen the good and the bad side of anything, and they make sure that the home is prepared correctly, got the redundancy methods in place, and that the home works for you.
That is beautifully said, Warren. But for all the newbies out there, including myself, another big misconception about a smart home. I mean, do you have people that come to you that say something and you're like, what?
Hey, I've got my internet has been supplied by my fiber supplier, whatever the case is. We're going to use that network. Look, the reality is when you're starting to talk smart homes, there's a lot of devices that are starting to connect to the network, not necessarily the internet, but the network, right? So it is important that the home starts off with, before you buy any of these internet products, smart products, start with a rock solid network, right? That's going to give you the platform to start adding on these smart devices. Not just a platform to add them, but a reliable platform to add them. You've got to understand that.
To all the
but that's exactly it. You've got to understand that the free router that was delivered when you get your fiber installed at your home was never ever designed to run so many services all together. It might have a decent internet connection, but think about it. Your cameras, your alarm system, your lighting system sometimes, your audio-visual systems, including streaming your favorite TV or music shows, that all comes through the network. We put massive strain on our network nowadays. So misconception, I got the router from the service provider, we're going to use that. Not good enough, right? It's not good enough.
Okay.
You've got a lot of traffic happening in and out of your home from a data point of view, from a network point of view. You need to make sure that the network is capable of handling that reliably. I don't want to, it's pointless if my alarm goes off that it takes half a minute to a minute for a camera to show up because the network was running slowly under pressure, right? I need to know about that there and then, and the network is the critical starting point of that whole thing.
Just a quick shout out to our sponsor, Integrated Homes, for making this all possible. These guys have been in the game for a decade. So if you're wanting your home or building converted into a smart home or building, it may be a good idea to give these guys a call as they know what they're doing.